I can't land at HQ. A riot's broken out. Boss says to drop you at your apartment.
I could use a shower.
You'll have to make it quick. He's on his way to meet you.
Easy with that weapon. We can talk without it.
Mr. Jensen, we've been expecting you. Mr. Sarif went to your apartment.
Everything's quiet here, Mr. Jensen.
And how by not allowing us to have them, they are essentially
Hey, Mr. Jensen,
stripping
what a
our
night,
ability
huh?
to defend
I
ourselves
made the
away from
rounds.
us.
Some
Now,
punks tried to tag the
don't
building, but
scream
no
me
match
now and
there.
start saying, but Lazarus, augmentation's illegal. Why, my cousin Tootie just got one the other day. Not for long, fuck knob. Not if this UN resolution goes through. No.
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen. You have new messages.
Apparently that's not all I have. Make yourself at home, boss.
It's a fucking mess out there, Adam. You seen the news? Picus is telling everyone we're breeding super soldiers. Taggart's at the convention center right now, urging the UN to investigate.
Is it true?
Of course not.
Except for the Typhoon, right? And a few of those defense contracts.
What?
Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Megan's team was kidnapped right before her research went public. How do you explain that one, boss?
I wanted people to see that research. Megan was on the brink of something historic. Something that would have catapulted this company to the top of the Fortune 500. Her kidnappers knew it. They knew exactly where her research would take us. And they refused to let anyone else have that much power.
Anyone else? Eliza was right. You do know more than you've told me.
I suspected. But these people? They're like ghosts. Always in the shadows. Always hiding behind lies and proxies.
Who are they?
Well, a name won't mean much. They'll use whatever one suits their interests. Sometimes it's the Masons. Sometimes the Bilderberg Group. They've had a finger in every corporation, organization, or government initiative that's defined modern society.
You're talking about... the Illuminati?
It's no joke. They're organized and they operate over and above society.
You're serious? So why would the Illuminati kidnap Megan's team?
I already told you. Megan found a way to make augmentation safer for all of us. So we can all become like you.
Like me?
Like... you are. More than human. We've got to get him back, Adam.
You said Taggart is speaking at the convention center right now?
Bitch even sent me an invite.
His aide, Sandoval, is neck deep in this.
I don't know where Sandoval is, but Taggart will. Adam, you've got to handle this delicately. We don't know Taggart is involved, and we can't afford another punch in the face. I'm trusting you with this one.
Of the Taiyong Medical Corporation commented on the images. I want the world to know. establishing security system. See you soon, Mr. Jensen.
Oh.
Sarif Industries.
No time. This place is going crazy.
The footage sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude, torture-like experiments.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated Information.
And you'll give me a nice excuse to mess you up.
The city's in flames. They don't want
Get back here! Leave me alone, Nick! That's it! Easy, man! Easy! I saw you throw the car
Sorry, but we've diverted all the trams. There are no more coming to this station. But how am I supposed to get home? Best thing to do is get out.
They tripped me from behind and stripped me of my purse.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, but they refused.
I thought the police overreacted. Yeah. As soon as that
What's your pleasure, friend? See you soon.
Jensen, Sarif had me hack the convention center security logs for you. Sandoval signed out. He isn't there.
Taggart will know where he went.
You really think he'll tell you in the middle of a riot? In front of all the media?
He will if I ask real nice.
Well, if that doesn't work, he also has a dressing room backstage. Seems to me a man like Taggart must keep close track of his employees. Speaking of which, I also backtraced that breach in our own firewall. The one Sarif opened but forgot to tell us about.
The one he was using right before he hired me. Right.
Looks like our boss was being chatty with a private detective named Brent Radford. He lives on Earl's Court, in case you want to get chatty with him too.
Everything seems to be under control in the convention center.
And Taggart?
He's on stage now. His protection is deep. Only knows what VIP
Oh.
Bill is really changing the world for the better.
Or changing it back to what it used to be. To before these people started poisoning their bodies. Or to use his words, they're divided.
He gave us the chance to better ourselves, to reach for limits that we couldn't even imagine before.
I tried to get close and talk to him.
I just can't subscribe to Taggart's It's a sin.
I can't believe there are still people out there with such backward mentalities.
This UN resolution wants past persecution, plain and simple.
With fear. He's already started. Look outside.
You don't have to get up and move just because I don't agree.
Shouldn't be here, sir.
I hope you're just here to listen. Although Mr. Taggart is done with his speech already.
Human evolution is a fantasy, but that is exactly what I am telling you. As a world...
Where's your sidekick, Taggart? 6 months ago, Sarif Industries was attacked by mercenaries whose objective was to cripple our research. But I've learned the attack was just a smokescreen. Megan Reed's team was kidnapped, and Isaiah Sandoval, your personal aide, was involved.
That is ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for Mr. Jensen's intrusion, and I assure you that these accusations are without basis.
Are they?
This is Sandoval. Why are you calling me here?
There's been a change of plans. Sarif's team must not make it to the hearing.
But that's too soon. If you want me to remove the GPLs, I'll need a full operating suite. Does the facility have one?
That's your man, Taggart. Talking about removing implanted GPL devices so that the people who took Sarif scientists could cover it up.
I see what's going on here. Sarif Industries has received 2 black eyes in the last few days. The first, due to the shocking news coming out of Montreal that biotech companies are secretly participating in unethical super soldier experiments. And the second, as a result of their violent escalation of today's peaceful protest. David Sarif and his corporate bedfellows are desperate and in imminent danger of losing the regulation vote, so this man has been sent here to attack my reputation.
I'm right here, Taggart. Look at me. I admit, I wouldn't feel bad if your reputation was damaged in front of the press, since you've been doing the same to my colleagues for years, but that's not why I'm here. Sarif scientists are alive, and it's time for the truth to come out.
The truth, Mr. Jensen, is that this recording of yours proves nothing. It could have been made by anyone in the world with a grudge against Humanity Front, and you are our prime suspect.
You're right, it's not enough to get a conviction. But it's enough for a search warrant. It's all I want, Taggart. Why are you standing in the way?
I'm not. I'm trying to protect... Look, Mr. Jensen. My heart goes out to you. Perhaps it's best that you came to me rather than bringing this recording to the police. You need it to be some kind of proof because you're still suffering. You're trying to find someone else to blame for the emotional trauma you experienced when you woke up from that surgery and discovered you were no longer quite human.
You're right. Picking up my life after that surgery was the hardest thing I've ever done. Hell, first time I saw myself in a mirror, I smashed the damn thing. But I've gotten past it, because I know that what I need to do to make things right is help the other victims of that attack.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be insensitive. As you know, I was a practicing psychologist before I devoted my life to ending the threat of augmentation. And I've seen this kind of behavior before. You're confused. You consider me your enemy, and you think the only way you can regain control is to defeat me in some way. You're wrong, I'm afraid.
I have an idea, Taggart. Why don't I give my recording to that reporter down there? He has a machine that can prove it's real right now, once and for all. Of course, when he says it's genuine, I guess it'll be top news story for the next few weeks, and you can kiss your vote goodbye. On the other hand, if you talk to me backstage, I can hold on to this recording, and you can keep the benefit of the doubt for a little while longer.
Very adroit, Mr. Jensen. Nicely played. I see you have me over a barrel. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but I'm going to have to beg your indulgence for a few moments more. If you will all please remain patient, I will return as soon as I can. Thank you. Mr. Jensen, I'll see you backstage.
This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
Mr. Jensen, I appreciate you allowing me to deal with this in a more discreet manner.
Save it, Taggart. You've wasted enough of my time as it is. Now where's Sandoval?
He has an apartment he uses when in this city, on Grand River Road. He mentioned he was feeling very run down, so I can only assume he went there.
I see.
He's not an evil man, Mr. Jensen. If he's done what you say, it's only because of his brother, Ezekiel. A man you might know better as Zeke Sanders.
Sanders? The man who attacked Sarif's manufacturing plant?
I knew nothing about it until after it was over, and then I tried. I tried to convince Isaias not to follow in his footsteps.
Good job.
Mr. Jensen, please. Isaias has done so much for so many needy people. People suffering from implant rejection. Promise me you will deal with him fairly.
That all depends on Isaias.
I understand, but please try.
Reporting to you live from Picus.
Any idea what's going on out there?
Police clear the streets.
I heard they were pretty aggressive.
Yeah, I heard that too. I'm happy we don't have to go out there.
Amen to that. All right.
I want to be clear on something. Contrary to what you people think I might think, these riots are not good for the revolution. This is exactly what they want. Show intent to revolt.
Dr. Chechery, call 217. Dr. Chechery, call 217.
Always.
I'd seen the footage, but that shit could be documented easily. These people are probably freaking out for nothing.
The streets are under control. There's still some
This is
cleanup.
an injustice! Serious
I can't
charge!
go back in, man. Come on, brother, let me go.
What were you doing out here anyway?
You sure you closed the door?
Yeah. Of course I did. What do you think I am? An idiot?
You're not gonna make me answer that, are you?
Pritchard, looks like Sandoval's got a secret bunker. I'm gonna flush him out.
Let's hope he's still there.
Why do we always get assigned to the shittiest spots?
Yeah, why would anyone come down here?
I think they're afraid someone's gonna try to sneak a bomb into the doc's locker.
I'd be more worried about what's in the doc's head than what's in his locker.
And this is why I urge every member of my staff, every man and woman dedicated to the true mission of the Humanity Front, to do the same. Isaias, if you're watching this, I beg you, do not allow misplaced anger to destroy everything we have struggled to achieve.
It's over. He knows I can't come back from that.
Everybody knows, Sandoval. You can't hide from what you've done.
What I've done, Mr. Jensen. I spent years patching people back together from augmentation botch jobs and systemic organ rejection brought on by implants. And now, because of Bill's betrayal, I'll never practice medicine again.
You really want to help someone? Tell me where Sarif scientists are.
I wish I could, Mr. Jensen. But my involvement ended right after I failed to remove their GPLs.
You failed?
Turns out, my surgical skills weren't good enough to bypass David Sarif's insurance policy. So for all I know, those little implants are broadcasting right now, on a frequency so low your network specialist wouldn't think to look for it.
You changed the frequencies.
You have your answers, Mr. Jensen. And I've lost all of mine. The courts may think I have much to atone for, but my court will be a higher one.
How about I take that gun with me when I go?
You got everything you came for. Please, just leave.
Believe it or not, I'd rather you didn't kill yourself.
That's because you have no idea what tortures I've endured. The guilt, the shame. I was told the scientists would be used to find a peaceful solution to the augmentation crisis. Instead, I was involved in kidnapping and murder. My life ended that night. It's time for me to go.
Think about it. Are you really in such a hurry to face that higher court of yours?
At least there are no lies before God. Did you see that abominable press conference? William Taggart all but accused me of terrorism. He claimed that all the violence committed in the name of our cause was the result of my influence.
So stay alive long enough to tell him your side of the story.
He already knows it isn't true. I trusted that man. For years I gave him loyal service, and he betrayed me. He sacrificed my freedom and good name to save the reputation of his organization. It's no use fighting him. He'll just spin it again. At least if I die, he'll never be able to use me again.
So that's your plan? Just lay down and die so you can't be used again? That's bullshit. You need to face what's coming. There's a very thin line between martyr and victim, Sandoval. And if you pull the trigger, you won't be remembered as either.
You certainly like taking chances, Mr. Jensen. But your point has merit. Maybe I did give up too easily. I made it my life's work to try and help people. But Humanity Front was losing people to the so-called enhancement industry every day. Those scientists were my last chance to stop the insanity, and I failed. If anything, my actions helped the pro-augmentation camp.
Listen to me, Doc. I know you just wanted to help people, and that somewhere along the line, things got really screwed up. But there are still people out there who need you, who care whether you live or die. You pull that trigger, and for the rest of their lives, they're gonna wonder how come they failed you.
No! No, that's not right! They didn't fail me. None of this is anyone's fault but my own. I can't leave them feeling responsible. Take the gun, Mr. Jensen. Please.
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
Have not and never will condone these experiments. This company...
You don't need to babysit me, Mr. Jensen. I have no intention of killing myself anymore. Nor will I resist arrest when the police arrive. I assume your people have already contacted them?
If they haven't yet, they will be soon.
Then go. Use the information I gave you to track down your scientists. With any luck, they will still be alive.
The men who kidnapped them, the soldiers?
I don't know who they were. Only last names. Barrett and Namir. I sensed they were highly trained professionals.
Working for who?
I didn't ask. My brother, Ezekiel, put them in touch with me.
Your brother? Not Taggart?
Bill wouldn't be so stupid as to get his own hands dirty. I see that now. He's like Teflon. Nothing ever sticks.
Outside the doors of such well-known biotechnology...
If I knew anything more, I would tell you.
Isolate.
But the men who kidnapped your people made sure my knowledge of their plans was minimal.
Sparking the riots appears to show scientists performing crude experiments on teams of augmented.
Access granted.
God, they should call in the...
Access granted.
fuck them cops, man.
Yeah, they can't tell us to get off the streets. We own these blocks as much as they do.
They must have locked them all up, brother. This is it, man. The revolution is here. We'll pick up a plow.
Took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial satellite footage uncovered by Picus. Detroit, Toronto. Augmented super soldiers. Just minutes ago, Zhao Yunru, CEO of the Taiyong Medical Corporation, commented on the images.
I want the world to know that we at Taiyong Medical have not and never will condone these experiments. This company prides itself on maintaining a safe environment and an ethical approach to and members of the UN tour our facilities firsthand.
Re-establishing security system. Mr. Jensen.
Hey, Adam. Glad you could join me.
Hey, Mr. Jensen. What a night.
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Not yet, Malik. I want to check a few things out first.
Roger that. I'm here if you need me. Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it. I got a message for you, Jensen, from Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
I can just see them and Ty Young all gathered around their TV screens watching the Eliza Spy's coverage and laughing at us.
Have not and never will condone these experiments. They're probably...
I heard you were out there, Jensen. How bad is it?
Access granted.
Sarif?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief here? Your men did a good job securing this building when the riot broke out.
Access granted.
Boss said we're heading back to Hangshaw?
Pritchard tracks Savchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making big leaps for a while now.
Whatever you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in.